Struggling with debt? It is Wealth Wednesday, and we're talking strategies to help lessen your debt load. Investment specialists from FirstOntario Credit Union and Aviso Wealth, Yvonne Dalry, joins us now. And there's good debt and there's bad debt.
Yes.
Good debt is a mortgage.
And sometimes Canadians have to take on debt because they do have to make bigger purchases, a mortgage, a car, education. And sometimes we run into financial struggles, loss of income, higher mortgage rates or higher interest rates, inflation. So we rely on credit cards to kind of bridge certain situations. The problem is if we continually accumulate more debt and then we are struggling to make our minimum payments or we're struggling to pay down the principal amount. So one of the key strategies, and you and I have talked about this so many times, is budgeting. Mm-hmm. So understand what your net pay, take-home pay is, understand what your fixed expenses are, and then that surplus. Is there a surplus or is there a deficit? Because if you're continually running with a deficit, that is where you're also accumulating debt because you're probably relying on credit cards. So if there is a deficit, you've got two choices. Cut expenses, see if you can increase your income by maybe taking on some more work. If you have a surplus, emergency fund, set aside funds in a separate account for some goals that you want to be purchasing so that you're not relying on credit to be purchasing them.
Or even things like car repairs. Right?
And that's where the emergency fund comes in so that you have that excess to be spending for those unexplained or unplanned expenses.
And when we talk about budgeting, so many people are reluctant to even write down what you spend on every single thing in a day, in a week, to get a really good idea of is your budget accurate?
Yes. If you do find yourself in some debt, what I suggest is always make your minimum payments. If possible, you need to make your minimum payments because if you don't, you've got penalties, extra interest charges, and it affects your credit bureau because all public debt is reported on the credit bureau, and this is going to affect future spending. Mm-hmm. Stay on target when you are shopping, so make a list. Avoid impulse purchases. Pay with cash versus credit. So those are some strategies if you have debt already.
Okay, and then what do you do if you're in over your head?
So first,
and how do you know if you're in over your head?
If you're having struggles paying your minimum payments, if you know that you are increasing your debt, so write down all of your debt. This includes balances, interest charges, and what the minimum payments are. See if you can maybe do a consolidation loan, which is bundling all those individual debts into one. This is beneficial if the interest rate is going to be lower than all of your individual debt. If you decide to keep all the individual, two strategies. Either start making extra payments on the ones that have got the higher interest rate so that you can get those down, or look at what is a smaller balance and start paying that and just kind of get that out of the way. Then once that is paid, take that payment and put it on the next minimum one. But always make your minimum payments, right? That is also key for your credit bureau.
Okay. But the most important thing is looking to see what has the highest interest rate. And that's kind of often hidden away in the fine print of, say, your credit card, like when you get your credit card.
So, yes. So because sometimes you get those introductory offers too, right? And it says, okay, you know what, for the first 6 months, 0%, and then all of a sudden that 6 months passes by and now it's up to the regular interest rate. So always be checking your statements, understand what that interest rate is that's being charged to you. Keep a running list and just month by month tackle your debt.
Mm-hmm. And very timely too with the holidays, and people get swept up into this, well, I have to spend this.
Yes.
Maybe now's a good time to talk to family and friends and say, hey, can't do it this year.
Yes. Or make that list. Stay on budget. Just like I said, stop with the impulse purchases and stay on budget. And comparison shop. There are some free apps out there that can help you, look at different stores and see what is on sale and, shopping that way. So impulse purchases.
I'm doing that with groceries right now, right? With a high cost of groceries.
And some stores also do the price match.
Yeah.
So just really try to stay on budget and within your limits.
And ask for help if you need it.
And ask for help. Talk to your financial advisor, because again, or your institution, because they can maybe help you with some other lending strategies. Dream, plan, achieve.
Okay, there you go. I knew you had to get that in.
Absolutely.
We'll get Yvonne's socials and the website up on the link on our website, chch.com/morninglive.